Hey, so it's another edition of Wednesday with Weezy. And if you don't know who I am Weezy, and I like to talk about all things lifestyle. I know I came on a little bit early today, but you know what? I have things to do today, and I just need to kind of keep on moving. And I was ready to roll right now to join you. I haven't seen you in like 2 weeks, and I hope you are doing great. So it's kind of a rainy, drizzly morning here this morning, but I have to say, I am not. I used to let the rainy, cloudy weather affect me and get all doldrummy and different things like that. And I just don't allow that to happen anymore. I always have my curtains here to the side. Sorry, I have a dry spot in my throat. Closed when I'm recording. And so I don't even see the rain. All I see is you beautiful people coming on here to join me for another edition of Wednesday with Weezy. We come on every week at 9:30, um, or I should say most weeks. Um, Last week we had a recording. Um, this month we're talking about, it's January. We're talking about change. And people make New Year's resolutions. I'm sorry, I have to take a drink of water, so excuse me. Um, so January is a time that can be a reflective time, a time to make changes, a time to make adaptations. Easier said than done. There goes my tongue swirling around on me. But anyway, um, are are you making some changes for this new year? Maybe um, so many of us think about weight or exercise, uh, forming new habits or whatever. And it's a slower time of the year. We're not moving as fast. Our days are longer with darkness than they are with light still. Although it's getting better here in South Carolina, it's now twilight after 6 o'clock. It's just like, oh, just having those few moments of more sunlight. It's been a month now. So we've gotten 30 minutes more because 1 minute per day. I've gotten 1 minute more of sunshine each day or lightness because it might be like here today, very dark and cloudy, but we have too much to do in order to let the rain affect our day. Sorry, I have to take one more drink of water. So the first week I talked about getting started of changes in 2023. Last week I talked about exercise or some kind of adding more movement into your life. We're getting older. We need to keep moving because if you don't move it, you're going to lose it. And if you're just coming on, say good morning. Please say good morning. I love to know who's watching and who I am talking to. Um, so today's episode, we are going to talk about, to some people, this is a dirty word, and I'm going to say diet, but I don't mean like going on a diet. It's diet in general. What do we ingest um, into our bodies that might make us stronger or might make us weaker? And I just, you've probably heard about it. It's been around for years, but one form of healthcare that I choose to use for my eating is intermittent fasting. I'm not crazy about it. I don't let it lord my life, but I just find it easier to not eat. I'm not hungry in the mornings. when I get up. So I don't eat until sometimes 11:30. Sometimes I go as long as 1:30 in the afternoon. And I've gotten really used to it. But I'm going to have to say, in those eating periods, I haven't been doing so good. So if you haven't heard of intermittent fasting, it is good morning, Mary Cummings. I'm so glad to see you here. Um, so we're talking about intermittent fasting, and no, it's not for everybody. Um, but it is something I practice. But intermittent fasting is when you go long periods of time without eating. Um, so you fast. You're fasting. I drink liquids. It's some people are so crazy about it. They like won't do anything like add creamer because it might add a few calories. I don't do it for calorie reasons. I do it for health reasons. Mornings are my time. I really need to think um, and have clear vision to get a lot of work done. And so I go from the time I go to bed until the next part of the day, usually around lunchtime, to eat something more of substance. So some people might call me a cheater because I put a little bit of cream in my coffee, but I'm sorry, we got to live too. But why do I want to talk about this? I just want to share a few things about this because it's January. We're talking about changes, and for me, I also use it as a jump start to better improve my eating habits. Putting some restrictions like after dinner snacking, um, you know, on the plate. But intermittent fasting is you choose a time when to stop eating and a time to start eating. To be honest, if I lived alone, I would probably do intermittent fasting exactly opposite of the way I do it now. I would probably get up in the morning and at some point eat a large breakfast, eat a large lunch, and then quit eating for the rest of the day because it's around lunchtime and the early afternoon is when my appetite is really at the peak, and I really could care if I had dinner or not. But anyways, I want to talk to you about this and just give you a little bit of information. There's pros and there's cons, and then what kind of foods do you eat? And then I'm going to share why I do it. Um, so bear with me because I'm going to read because it's a lot of information um, here today for this. And if you have questions, just put them in the comments. Uh, do you practice intermittent fasting? Have you ever tried it? Did it work for you? And why not? Because some people need to eat more often. I understand that. So I'm not like saying that this is the best thing. I just giving information of something that's out there. Plus, I'll get onto it. I'm just going to talk about this. Intermittent fasting is a dietary pattern where you alternate periods of eating and fasting. There's several different methods of intermittent fasting, such as 16-8 method, fasting for 16 hours and then eating during an 8-hour window. That's really what I practice. Um, but then some people, for dietary reasons, if they really want to lose weight, they really get into it. They do what's called the 5-5-2 diet. That's eating normally for 5 days and restricting calories for 2 non-consecutive days. And then alternate day fasting, eating normally one day and restricting calories the next. So at no time does it say no food at all, except for the 16-8. But these other ones, it's giving your body an ebb and a flow. Um, it's like intermittent exercise. that's why it's called intermittent fasting. It's not that you have to fast all the time and then eat sparsely. It's it's a way to trick your body to help your metabolism. And it works for some people, and some people just, like I said, can't do it. Um, so, what are some of the top benefits for people who can do intermittent fasting? Weight loss. Intermittent fasting can lead to weight loss by reducing overall calorie intake and increasing insulin sensitivity. I am a person with insulin sensitivity. So, and it has helped normalize my blood sugar. Um, it improves metabolism. Fasting can improve the body's ability to burn fat for energy and improve overall metabolic function. Increased insulin sensitivity. Intermittent fast can improve the insulin sensitivity and lower blood sugar levels, which can be beneficial to those at risk at diabetes. Reduced inflammation. I have been a sufferer of inflammation for years, and it has helped a lot in this for me. Fasting has shown to reduce inflammation in the body, which it can improve overall health and reduce the risk of chronic disease. Uh, it can help um, with longevity, has found intermittent fasting can increase lifespan and protect against age related diseases. And this is a number one reason I do it: improved brain function. Intermittent fasting can lead to increased production of brain deprived neuropathic factors, that's BDNF, a protein that helps protect the brain against age related decline. And then it can also speed up cell repair. Fasting can lead to production of um, autophagy. I don't know. It's AUTOPHAGY, which helps improve damaged cells and improve cellular repair. Um, but then there, like I keep saying, it's not for everybody. So here are some cons to it. Um, my phone went down. Hunger and cravings. It can increase, intermittent fasting can lead to feelings of hunger and cravings, especially in the beginning, what makes it difficult for some people to stick to the regime. As you're starting, you can have lower energy levels. Restricting food intake for long periods of time can lead to low energy levels, which can be particularly challenging for people with physically demanding jobs and who are very active. My my one of my sons was trying to do it, but he has a very physical job. He works out with weights in the morning. And then he works a very laborious, muscle, body demanding job. He is not a candidate for intermittent fasting because he needs calories to fuel his body because he's burning them back off. Um, it can be difficult to stick to long term, and I do not suggest this long term. I'll tell you what I think when I'm done. I'm just going to state the facts. Difficult to sticking to the routine. Intermittent fasting can be difficult to stick to long term, especially for people who have busy lifestyles and find it challenging to stick to a strict schedule. Fasting can lead to nutrient deficiencies if not done properly. So this is another reason I do it, and I'll tell you why. But you need to make sure you eat nutrient dense foods to avoid um, while you're doing this. It can lead to hormonal imbalances that in some people, particularly women, as it can disrupt the balance of hormones such as leptin, ghrelin, and thyroid hormones. And then I hear people say that it helps in these ways. Stress, but it can put stress on the body if you do it too much and do it constantly over time. Prolonged fasting can put a lot of stress on the body, which can lead to fatigue, irritability, and suppressed immune system. It may not be sustainable for a certain population. Intermittent fasting is not suitable for certain populations like pregnant women, the elderly, underweight or malnourished individuals, and people with certain medical conditions such as diabetes or with people who already have eating disorders. Um, but what are some good food choices? When practicing intermittent fasting, it's important to choose nutrient dense foods that will help you keep you satiated and provide your body with necessary vitamins and minerals. Some good food choices include non starchy vegetables such as leafy greens, broccoli, and cauliflower. You do need to eat protein such as lean meats, fish, eggs, and tofu. Healthy fats from sources like avocados, nuts, seeds, and olive oil. And I'm going to say avocado oil. I love avocado oil because I want to say a misnomer um, about olive oil. Olive oil is great for when you don't cook with it. You want to use olive oil for like your salad dressings or in your food that is not going to be heated because if you look up olive oil, it loses all its properties and can have an opposite effect on the body if it gets heated to a high heat. Avocado oil or coconut oil uh, do not. They can sustain the heat, they don't turn bad, and have good properties in them, just like olive oil. Um, and then this is where it gets tricky if you're following keto, but I'm not talking keto today. But eat whole grains, eat a balanced diet of quinoa, oats, and brown rice, legumes such as beans and lentils, low sugar fruits such as berries and citrus fruits. And I think what they mean by citrus fruits is like limes and lemons. Limit your oranges and your grapefruits because if you're watching sugar levels. It's important to stay hydrated and drink plenty of water, as well as other low calorie beverages such as herbal teas. They say coffee, but coffee is very dehydrating. So I say limit the coffee myself. Avoid processed foods, sugary drinks, high calorie snacks during fasting times. So there are the tips. And if you would like more information, I do have. Oh, I even wrote up my blog this week on my website, and you can find this information right there. And I probably gave you more information than what I really wanted to, but here's why I'm doing it. And I'm not saying that you need to go along with me, but these are changes that I'm making. Remember back in November when I started talking about organizing, and I talked mostly about organizing our house and storage and stuff like that. Well, I've been on a mission to also organize my life better, get my life in better order. I just turned 59 years old. So I have to start taking care of this body. If I don't have grandchildren yet. I want to have energy for them. I want to have the mental capacity to have the patience and the endurance to keep up with them because I want to enjoy them when they come along. I just want to be a happier person and feel well-rounded and mentally sound. S- And I am going to say I have had bouts of depression in my life, and allowed it to sink into things. And when I feel off mentally, when I feel down, my source of comfort has been food and not the right kinds of food. So I'm confessing here you know, on air. I am not the way I need to be. I am much too heavy for what I need to do. And I'm not talking about this for weight. I'm talking about this for health. But I think if I do some of this, it's going to help put me in a better weight range than what I am now if I make better food choices. And I know for myself, it works better for me to eat large for my lunch and eat large for my dinner, and I'm happy. A lot of times I don't feel like I need a snack. If I have a snack, it's because I'm kind of down and my cravings are going crazy and I cave into them. And with just coming out of the holidays and just coming out of my birthday, I have let it go too much. I did not gain a lot of weight at Christmas, but it has fluctuated since Christmas. It's ridiculous. But I haven't enjoyed, and I said this last week, once Sunday comes, it's time for me to lay it down and get on my program for my change for this year. So right now, I'm using intermittent fasting to put my body in a state of cleaning up my diet and being more restrictive. I am being more restrictive, but I'm still eating good. I have lots of soup. I load it with vegetables. I load it with spices so it tastes good. I also do add a little collagen powder for extra protein and for my skin, my joints, the things that collagen can bring into it. I'm taking my vitamins, but I want to clean out. I want to get rid of the bad. So I'm really heavy duty eating cleaner this week with my intermittent fasting, avoiding dairy and sugars, unless they're natural occurring. But I haven't really, but I haven't really eaten many sugars. But I've been just eating healthy foods. Um, I'm practicing it to get into a rhythm of stopping the bad habits of having a cookie in the middle of the afternoon, of having bread. Bread is not my friend. I do not feel good. It bothers my stomach. I need to let it go. So during this time, those kind of things are out. Um, I want to do this to be more intentional. I'm trying to set new new habits, and it is known that it takes 21 days to start making good habits. So this is making me good habits of eating. And if I leave this stuff alone for a few weeks, it's only 3 weeks. It's not like a lifetime. Um, I can do it. Uh, like I said, food is my comfort when I'm down and or when I'm celebrating. I mean, I'm just coming out of a period of celebration, but I was making bad choices, and I will say I've given up alcohol for this also. Um, and yes, I would like to be thinner. Uh, but this is more about me organizing my life. And I have a lot of things that I need to accomplish in a day. I do a lot of this stuff, come up with this content. I have to have mental power and motivation in order to research, to write it, and then write it in a way that it's understanding to you, to deliver it, to come up with these videos, and then write the emails, uh, try to reach out to other people, and run my business at the same time. So I have found if I do not eat foods in the morning, I am highly more organized mentally. I am much more productive. I can these are heavy things that I'm lifting when you write. It's it's just better for my for my mind to get a lot of things done, and then I really do slow down come 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I just work light for the rest of the day, but I do my heavy lifting anywheres from 9 o'clock in the morning to 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But I will say I give myself a lunch break, but that helps because then I go out and I pick out something good for lunch, and then I go run my errands, or I go run my errands, but during that time, it makes me be stronger to make wiser food choices, not just picking up the first thing I want. And I have been bad about that through mid December till just now. I got to go out to lunch and I ate what I wanted. I enjoyed my favorite things, but now I've had them, and I was like napping this weekend. I'm not a napper. Um, because of the food choices that I was making. I wasn't sleeping good at night. It disrupts my sleep when I don't eat good. So, it's just a way of holding me more accountable. And if you would like more information, be able to read the information that I provided, um, either you can find it 2 ways today. You can find it in the email. If you are on my email list, you can, uh, sign up, or you can it's I have information there, and that will take you to my blog, or you can go straight to my blog at, let me see, do I have it's right here at the bottom. See down here, there's the link to my blog, and there, or just go to Weezy today, and you will find it there under the blog heading in my website. So, I'm gonna go back over and see if I have any new chats. Oh, hello, Julie. Thanks for joining. I if if you're new here or joining me, let me know. Are you intermittent fasting? Are you trying to make some lifestyle changes? And some of that is your dietary, but it's not like a diet, but just cleaning up what you put into your body. Leave leave me a comment here in the chat. I won't bite. But Mary says, I'm she goes, I'm on the same path. I'm not fasting. Let's put her comment up here. I'm not fasting, but I'm eating mindfully. And then she gives, it takes planning. Yes, you have to plan out a little bit. Um, and then Julie says, me too. Which Julie's my neighbor, so her and I could talk this and keep each other accountable. There's certain things that we are keeping each other accountable for these days, and it's awesome to have an accountability partner. Have somebody that you can talk to. If you don't have an accountability partner, and you want somebody to talk to me. Send me an email. Send me uh, a message through Facebook Messenger. I'll answer. Julie says, I usually skip breakfast, um, but coffee with cream, so it's not really fasting. I usually eat around 12 or 1. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing too, Julie. It helps. But I just feel like I have so much more, my mind is clear. If I have a big project, or if I have to do a lot of video, before I do video recording, I don't eat. Uh, I've been I've gone out to do, public events, and, before COVID, I used to go, sorry, what the there we go. I used to go do public speaking, and I, um, I wouldn't eat before I spoke, unless it was at night, but I just knew that I everything was just firing better with my brain if I didn't eat before I did that. So, like I said, if you have any questions, um, you you can go to my website. Let me see. Let me find it again. Here's the article, here's the blog, and down here, Weezy.today is my website. Also, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, you can go to www.youtube and put this in. If you already have a channel or participate in YouTube, just put in at Weezy Today 6361. Or if you're already there at YouTube, you should have a little black and white subscription button down at the bottom. It used to be red. I have to get used to that. They made a change. So, anyways, this is intermittent fasting. If you would like to be part of my emails, go to the website and you can join there's a form there that you can join to get my weekly emails. So, anyway, today the email is about intermittent fasting. You can learn why I do it and some of the pros and cons. Along with it points to my blog. So all of this information is at this blog. I know I've said it 100 times, but we are just going ahead. So anyways, that's all I have for this week. If you have suggestions of what you would like to have more information about, particularly now that we're coming up on February, next week will be February 2nd, Groundhog's Day. Can you believe we're there already? But if you have any suggestions for show topics, I would most welcome them because I don't need to I want to give you guys information that you want to know more things about. So maybe if you want a craft to do for Valentine's Day or a special food for Valentine's Day, healthy foods to fix for your loved ones for Valentine's Day. I'm open to suggestions. Please let me know, either in comments here on YouTube, Facebook, because I do stream live on Facebook, or just go to Facebook Messenger and shoot me a message. There we go. My tongue's getting tied. I need more water. So I'm going to get off of here, and you all have a great day. Thanks for joining, everybody. Bye.